Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is about this quote that I saw on Substack again, and the quote was, "Please stop surviving and start living." And it was also tied to a article that was basically saying that I don't wish to be like my African mother. So the title caught me off guard because I was like, now who would say that? But it's like I kind of had an understanding like where this was going to go. And in the article, I'll try to link it below. She had said like how she had grew up seeing her mom be completely enveloped by her relationship, her marriage. And you know, back in the day, they used to marry very young. And then she saw her mom be taken by, you know, having kids and taking care of those kids and taking care of her husband and taking care of this household and completely stagnating herself in terms of like continuing to be curious and just not knowing how to live anymore. And I tied that in with that quote because I think a lot of African individuals, especially our moms, were in a generation where surviving was the pinnacle. Like, let's just survive. Like, we keeping our head above the water. And yes, our bills are paid. And yes, we have a house. And yes, we're married. And yes, we have these kids. And this is where it ends. Like, done, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled. And it's just like maintaining that for years. The article was quite emotional because I saw myself, and I think about these things a lot, that I would hate to become that. And I think even my mom wouldn't want me to become that. She has voiced it, how important she finds it for us to all have, you know, to be fulfilled happily in our lives rather than, you know, trying to fit what society has done for us, like wants us to do as women. There is this fear, and I think I started clocking into it, like the whole like surviving, when I was in university. And obviously that was like adulthood was hitting me in the face. I finally left home. I moved to another country, and I'm starting to deal with things where I cannot lean on my parents anymore, and I'm doing things alone. I'm basically everything that I'm doing in adulthood, I started doing it and then some, and then I'm multitasking classes and small student jobs and things like that, and my social life and my health life and all of these things. And I realized, like, oh my God, like right now, it just feels like I'm just trying to keep my head above water constantly, and I haven't got to this stability. And then I kept on saying it, like, I just want stability, I just want stability, I just want stability. But then you realize stability is just the minimum. Stability is really like the end all. It's like the bottom. It's like that should be your foundation, stability. But then you should go higher and then reach for comfortability, and then you should completely reach for ease. You know, like there's tiers to these things. And when I was in university, I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? Like, how did my parents do this? And I realized that the older I got in university and the more I started facing these challenges by myself and things like that, I realized that both my parents, but I'm gonna focal point on my mom, stopped learning, like stopped being curious about things. And it got to a point where, you know, her whole life kind of revolved around having kids and this marriage thing and having, you know, a home and maintaining that home, that the need to grow, the need to be curious, the need to keep moving forward just stagnant. It just stopped. And I can't even tell y'all exactly where it stopped. I really do believe that it stopped just right where she stopped having kids. It's just that whole bracket of wanting to be curious just completely stopped, because, you know, you get to this point where you feel like, well, you've completed everything that you needed to do. I that article was like a needle hitting me in an area that I always kind of neglected, because I just didn't want to become that. Like, I didn't want to stop being curious or stop learning or stop, like thinking life stopped exactly where I hit the pinnacle. Because you hear a lot, with people that say, well, the goal right now is to do da 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 da, and then I'll be so happy. But it's like, after you reach that goal, and imagine you reach that goal at the end of your 20s or something, so what happened now? Like, do we stop living? Like, does life stop? Mind you, you probably still have 70 to 60 years left of your life, thinking about the life expectancy. I hope we all live to see 100. Okay, but you have all of these years in front of you, and you're just stopping yourself right at the pinnacle of what you deem to be your life, because you were in a generation where reaching for the stars was too far-fetched. It was like, don't be ridiculous. The whole thing of surviving is something, as Black people, that is instilled in us. Sorry, my English is not Englishing today. Englishing today. But the whole surviving mindset is such a mindset that is instilled in us. Like, even like the fact that most Black people that you'll meet are so struggle resistant is such a bad thing, because as human beings, we shouldn't be so immune to struggling. We shouldn't be so immune to enduring all the time. But because of the parents that raised us, especially when you come from immigrant parents or parents that came from the motherland, who came from, the Caribbean to a better country, a first world country, that surviving mindset is constantly around you. It's constantly around you. And it got to a point that when I was in university, if I was too relaxed for too long, my body would literally start going on panic mode. Like, why are we so calm? Like, why are we not doing this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third? I was never at home. I always felt the need to be moving. I always felt the need to be doing something. I always felt the need. I could never just be relaxed. And that was something that I started realizing, especially in my first relationship while I was in university. I didn't even want to seek help. I don't want you to help me. I just want to thug it out, do it by myself, struggle by myself, figure it out by myself. It's like this surviving mentality. If you ever get to this point of stability damn near scares you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was eventually met with stability, because the whole surviving thing continued throughout high school. I'm not even gonna tell y'all, people who are, university student, a majority, some of y'all are very much blessed to not have that, but there's a big chunk of people that go through that period of just struggling throughout their university. And even that little year of transitioning from school to adulthood fully is one of the most drastic years. Okay? And once you get to the other side, you're met with stability. Stability starts to feel odd, because your whole life you've been on flight or fight all the time. All the time. You've always had to survive something. You start seeking it in your relationships. You start seeking it in your jobs. You start seeking it in your dynamics. You start seeking it in social life. It's one of those demons that lingers the longest, because it's so easy to confuse it with familiarity, that you just go on about thinking that this is just completely normal. Like, okay, like, it's supposed to feel like this, when it's not. Like, you become cortisol resistant damn near. Like, your body is just so okay with handling stress that you just keep at it. You just keep at it. It just don't stop. And it was something that I had to work on, because during university, first year showed me that I had this big issue of doing so. And then I started shadow working and journaling and realizing some of the necessities that I needed to calm down, like the lack of wanting to accept help, or the feeling that if I was calm for too long, my body would just immediately strike up in anxiety, like something is about to hit the floor, like the other shoe is going to drop. So you got to be prepared for that. You can't be too relaxed. You can't, it's almost like you have to earn to be relaxed. And I think that's what surviving is. It's like you're always on go mode. You're always on like, I can't relax. I haven't earned the need to relax. Like I would, and it comes in different forms, right? So for me, it was during university, it was if I felt like I couldn't relax, or if I felt mentally drained, I wasn't allowed to feel mentally drained until something was completed. So in that moment, I would, you hear it all the time, but I'm gonna say it incorrectly, but it's like the whole night revenge, where it's like you don't go to bed where your body is requesting that it's tired. You just continue working because you felt like you slacked off during the day. So it's like you're making everything up now at night where your body needs to recuperate, and you're starting to build like a distress mechanism in your body that's telling you like you haven't earned the need to rest. You don't need to earn the need to rest. You just need to rest. Like there's just a basic necessity. But coming from, African households, Caribbean households, foreigners households in general, that need, like, it's not something that we just are familiar with. So the transition from going from surviving to stability, that is just the first step. And that already isn't a shock in within itself. You will find yourself constantly putting yourself in like financial situation that will make you feel like you're surviving again. You'll put yourself in relationship that make you feel like you're surviving again, because your body just wants that familiarity, because that's how it navigates through life. And it's now at the ripe age of 25, where my frontal lobe is fully developed, that I realize how important it is to get to this point in life where you live. I don't want to wake up in the morning and think about the 15-11 bills that I let linger on the desk, and because I was scared to open the mailbox. And I don't want to sit up here and not have my paperwork in order, or not do my taxes, and then have an accumulation hit on me, and then a string of rush. I don't want to wake up and go, oh my God, I have to go to work and do a job that I fucking hate and work a 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with 9 to 5. I'm all for 9 to 5, by the way, just saying. But work a 9 to 5 that I hate, and wake up and see people around me look just as desperate as I feel in that moment. I want to wake up in pure bliss and have my body be in complete relaxation. And I was practicing that from 2024. It was my hardest year, and I think that was by the grace of God and with God's blessing, that would forever be my last year where I've endured such high intensity of stress. 2025 taught me how to slow down, and even now 2026 is teaching me to still slow down. I don't know what's the rush. I don't know what's the rush. I know I'm a little everywhere with today's message, but it's like, I don't know why we like to rush. And it's damn near in a way where it's like, we as human beings, I'm just gonna talk about like the foreigners, surviving had came with such a time pressure. Everything is so time oriented. Like, we have to get this and da 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 before that, and da 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 and da da da. And you see it all the time with kids that feel stressed from their parents that they need to success by this age, and this age, and this age. Jay-Z only became Jay-Z at 26. Okay? I just want to preface that. Oprah only became Oprah in her 40s. You understand? Like, some things take time. There's no reason for you to feel this necessity to rush. And every time you rush, you put your body in flight or fight mode. You're on a high alert all the time. These are things I'm having to unlearn slowly and surely, because I cannot sit up here and tell you guys, well, yes, I spent like 2 years working on this and it's done. No, I still struggle from, small things. The slight things can make me shift in emotion, because I've learned to regulate how I feel, and also bring down like these cortisol levels that I had. And you see it on your face, you see it on the quality of your skin, you see it in your eyes, you see it in the energy levels that you have. Everything plays a role. Like, your body cannot stay on fight or flight mode all the time. It is terrible. You're doing a disservice to your body every time you do so. And so when I had read that article, I will actually be linking it below, because I feel like you guys need to read it. It's an amazing article wrote by a Black author on Black History Month. Hello, come on, somebody. And I think that mindset shift of like being able to realize the difference between surviving and living are two different things. I'll end this video by saying that I had initially read somewhere, I think it was like in one of my self-help books, I can't remember which one though, but there was a statement that said, you never want to find the person that you wish to love in your survival. You want to be found living. And that quote quite literally changed the way that I started seeing the order in which I was placing my life. Because I think I don't want to speak for everybody, but I'm gonna speak personally for myself. With how I grew up, love is something that I crave, but I have so many restrictions on. And I think the reason why I crave love so much is because you get to this point where you've done the flight or fight, the survival mode for so long, you just want to find somebody that you could lean on. And that is very hard to find. But the thing is, it is nobody's task for them to be your stress relievers. You have to come with your system already regulated to somebody. And their stress system got to be regulated. And then you guys could play out with being each other's, regulators, but they definitely cannot be your pain relievers, okay? And so when someone finds you in your living, you have gotten to this point where everything around you is so set in stone that if someone was to enter you, it has nothing to do with your finances. It has nothing to do with the monetary things that you have going on. It has nothing to do, nothing. But it has everything to do with what quality of life this person brings you. It have everything to do with the emotional stability that this person brings you. It has everything to do with the love that this person is providing for you. Everything becomes emotional and mental and less about the physical, less about the material, because you were found living. And I think that is a beautiful statement. So this video is quite long compared to the other ones on the channel, but it was a very passionate topic that I had. I will be linking the article that I found on Substack below. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please share this video with someone that you feel like should hear it. And if it's you, then share it to yourself. And if it's your homegirl, share it to the group chat. Share it to your man, share it to your mama, share it to your dad. Share it to everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Please tell me what you think. I love hearing what you guys have to say about the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, my loves.